What's up guys, Taylor here with Boogey Lights. Today we're going to be installing a brake, tail, and turn LED lighting system on this 2012 Freightliner Cascadia. So they're going to go all the way along this back fender here, this bottom one, and then on the top one too. So we're going to use 4 of our heavy duty strips. It's going to be 1 for the bottom piece, 1 for the top, and same thing over there. We don't want to span that gap right there because of the independent flexing that both of these do when the trucks are going down the road. Step 1 is going to be to get your measurements of each one of these things so we can cut our plastic 90s. So once we got our measurements, the bottom fairings are 63.5 inches long and the top are 38 inches long. So you can see I have our plastic 90s here cut. They are 3/4 of an inch wide. And then we are going to be using our heavy duty strips instead of our low profile one because they are all the way out there at the very edge of that fairing, and there's going to be quite a bit of flexing. So it'll just provide some extra stability. Now our heavy duties only come in set sizes. So this is our 75 LED right here, the longest that we make, and that's a 53-inch strip. So we're going to center it on this long 90 here. And then we're going to be using some of our 45 LEDs for the 38-inch. Those are 33 inches long. So we're going to center that one as well. We're going to build everything out here on the table, and then we are going to attach it to the truck. Just got all our strips mounted on our 90-degree plastic here. Went ahead and drilled a hole through each end of them to make it nice and clean. So next we're going to be riveting up our 90-degree plastic with our lights attached to them. So I spaced the rivets out about every 12.5 inches. We're going to do the same thing up there, same thing on that side, and then we will run our wires. So now that all of our strips are mounted on each of the fairings there, we're going to come to the back here and we're going to wire our trigger wire in, run that forward to where our relays are going to run. So the first thing we have to do is figure out which one's the brake, which one's the turn, and which one's the running. This one's pretty easy because it's all nice and open here. So we went ahead and unplugged his left signal here. And if you look closely, this one had ground written on it. So next step is to cut one of these here, and then we're going to use the truck's signals to see which one is exactly that, and then we'll tie in and run those back up. So on the left side, it turned out we marked them with blue was the signal, green, the middle wire was the running. So now all we need to grab is the right signal here, and if it's the same as the left signal, that far left wire there is going to be the signal. So what we're going to do after we cut it here is hook up a voltmeter, and then when the customer hits his right signal, we'll watch the voltmeter go up and down. We have the right signal on now. You can see it going back and forth here. So that far left wire, which is a red wire on the right light there, is actually our right signal. Alright guys, here's our 4 conductor wire that I was saying. We're not using the ground here. So we have the white running to our running lights. We have the green wire running to our left signal, and we have red for our right signal there. And then this is all going to get wrapped up and run up to where our relay box is. Putting the relays in. So we got our 3 relays. It's going to be the left, the right, and the running relays here. We've got all of our grounds coming together. That's all the grounds from the lights, the ground running from your 12-volt power source, and then to all the grounds in the relays. And then we've got all of our powers coming together. It's all 3 of the powers from the relays, and then running to the 1 power that's running to our 12-volt source there. Now as far as the lights, the white is our trigger wire. So if you remember in the last one, I had green going to the left signal, so I have green running to my white trigger wire on my left relay. I have white was my running, so I have white to white here for the running in the center relay, and then I have red to right, which is running to the trigger wire of the right here. So now we're going to connect remaining of our lights here to our outputs from the relays. Everything is finished. We have the 3 blue are the outputs for the relays here. So I have 2 diodes coming from my right LEDs going into my turn, which is also the brake. And then I have 2 diodes, we got red and green, coming into my left relay there, and then I have 1 diode from each strip coming into the running lights, so the marker lights. And as I said, that's because we want the signals and the brakes to be the brightest, and then the marker lights will have just 1 of those diodes. So I'm going to go ahead and button everything up, and we'll see how it all works. Alright guys, so we just finished up. You can see he's got his hazards on here. We're using 2 diodes for the hazards as well as the brakes. That's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Light them up and travel safe.